Hey guys, how you doing? It's David here, CEO of CoopInc, and I'm now going to show you how easy it is to get set up and get started in CoopInc using Banxa to buy your co-op tokens. Now, Banxa is great, and as you can see there, you can use credit card, debit card, you can use Google Pay, Apple Pay, bank transfers, e-transfers. There's a whole bunch of different ways in which you can use Banxa to get started with CoopInc. First thing you need to do is you need to log into your CoopInc dashboard. Once you're in your CoopInc dashboard, go to CoopTokens and then buy tokens. Then you want to select the number of tokens that you want to get started. You could select a 20, a 28, and a 280. And by the way, it is in your best interest to get started at the highest levels possible because it'll help you to get to your goals that much faster. In this particular case, I chose 3 co-op 20 tokens. And the reason why I chose 3 co-op 20 tokens is because we have a pay it forward method that I'm going to show you on one of the next videos, and that'll help you to supersize your CoopInc royalties. Next page, click on pay using cryptocurrency. That creates an invoice. Now, there are a few things that you need to remember to do once you get to this one. The first thing that you want to do is on that drop down, there's a whole bunch of different cryptocurrencies that you can use. There's well over 100 different cryptocurrencies that you can use. It defaults to ETH. I would recommend leaving it on ETH because most third-party crypto exchanges have ETH as one of their token options. So leave it on ETH. So it's on ETH. Go to the next part. Now this one is critical, right? You want to make sure that you write this number down. You don't want to make it too low. Make sure that you write that number down because if it's not enough, it's not going to buy you your 3 co-op tokens and it might leave you short. Now, I always recommend putting in a little more than a little less. And when you put in a little more, whatever excess amount is left over, those funds are going to be deposited into your co-op wallet. Next, hugely important, copy your wallet address because this wallet address is where Banxa is going to send the cryptocurrency for you to buy your 3 tokens. So copy that address, and now you're going to go to Banxa.com. Once you're at Banxa.com, first thing you want to do is you want to look at that flag right there. Make sure it is your country because you want to be paying in your currency. If you're in Canada like I am, you want to use Canadian dollars. If you're in the US, you want to use US dollars. If you're in Australia, you want to use Aussie dollars. So wherever you are, make sure that that flag is your country. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that number that I suggested that you write down, you're going to make sure that that number there is the number that's on your co-op wallet invoice. Make sure it's at the very least that amount or higher. Second thing is make sure that this is on ETH. I think it defaults to BTC, so make sure you change that to ETH because if you leave it at BTC, a whole bunch of things are going to happen, but one thing that's not going to happen is it's not going to pay that invoice. So make sure that you got that set to ETH. Then click continue. Now, when you, on that page, down a little lower, about 2/3 down that page, you're going to see something that says global coverage. As you see here, I put Canada in there because that's where I am. And when you put your country in there, it tells you 2 things. Number 1, whether or not your country is a country that can use Banxa, and number 2, it tells you what you can use. Like in Canada, I can use Visa, MasterCard, Apple Pay, Google Pay, e-transfer. There's something else there, I don't know what that is. And if you change that, and you put the United States of America, it's going to tell you what you can use. If you put Nigeria, it's going to tell you what options you can use. If you put Australia, it's going to tell you the options that you can use to buy your cryptocurrency using Banxa. Then, once you get to the next step, it is going to tell you to put that Co-op wallet address in there. So that address that you copied, you're going to paste that right in there. And then you're going to choose one of these options. In this particular case, I'm going to choose to pay using Visa, but I could also use e-transfer, and depending on where you are, you might have more options than that. Once you've done that, click on Next. And on that next page, it's going to ask you to verify your details. Number one, it's going to ask you to put your email address in there. So put your email address in there. It's going to ask you to confirm that you have, in fact, read the terms and conditions. And then you're going to click Submit for verification. Once you submit for verification, that email address, so make sure it's the right one, that email address is going to get an email. When you get that email, you need to put that 4-digit code in there. Once you put that 4-digit code in there, it's going to take you to the next step, which is your identity. It's going to ask you to verify who you are. It might ask for your driver's license, might ask for a passport, but those are normal because Banxa is giving you credit. They don't know who you are, but they're actually giving you credit. They're giving you cryptocurrency. And if you go to a bank, they're going to ask for your ID. When you go to PayPal, if you want to take your money out, they're going to ask for ID. Banxa is no different. You only have to do it once, but they are going to ask you for your ID. Once you've done that, the next thing is you simply wait. Because when you're at this page and you verify your identity, the next thing that happens is that it's going to start the payment. And in your dashboard, your CoopInc dashboard, you're going to see this, and it's going to say awaiting payment. And you're going to see something down there. It's going to say confirmations. It's going to go 5 confirmations, 20 confirmations, 100 confirmations, etc., until it says payment complete. Once the payment is complete, presto, you are now in, and you are the newest member of CoopInc. So, I will now welcome you to CoopInc in advance. Now let's get busy with it, generating you a pop income, a predictable ongoing passive income, and daily cash flow. So that's how easy it is to get started using CoopInc and Banxa. Let's get busy with it.